Mushroom cultivation are in different stages, and these stages are the stages we are going to follow in this video. It's a flow chart where we start with substrate preparation. We do our mixing together of all the agro-industrial waste that we're going to use. If we are going to compost it, after mixing we compost. Composting can last for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks. The longer the period of composting, the better it is, the better the yield. After composting, we do bagging. Bagging, we pasteurize. I'm stating the stages. Substrate preparation is the first one. Composting is the second. The third is bagging. The next one is pasteurization, where we do steaming. Steaming to kill off unwanted microorganisms that may want to compete with our mushroom for nutrients in the substrate. Then we allow it to cool. After cooling, we do the planting. That is inoculation. The scientific way is inoculation, but a layman will say planting or seeding. So after inoculation, we incubate it, and it's going to be in the incubating room for about 3 weeks. There, the sawdust in the bags will be fully colonized. Colonization in the sense that the hyphae from our spawn will ramify through the substrate until they all become white. Thereafter, we take it to our fruiting shed. At the fruiting shed, we expose or we initiate for fruiting to have our mushroom fruits. Within 1-2 days of pinhead formation, mushroom will grow to maturity. There and then we harvest it. Now, for all these stages I mentioned, we have structures where they will be done, where they are going to take place. For our substrate preparation, for our composting, for bagging and pasteurization, they will be done under composting shed. This shed is just a shed that has 4 poles with roof on top. Then the floor is going to be a cemented floor because of the activities that will be going on under the shed. They will be using shovel to mix sawdust, rice bran, and all other materials. The reason why we are going to do cementing of the floor is to make sure that there is smooth operation of this shovel. That is that. Then under the composting shed is where we are going to compost our substrate for as long as we have the time. Then after composting, we do the bagging. It is still under this composting shed. That is the first structure. Under composting shed, we pasteurize. The next stage will take place in a room, which is inoculating room. After pasteurization, we remove our substrate pasteurized bags into the inoculating room. In this room, we are going to have shelves where we are going to arrange our substrate. Or the alternative, we can have it in a very clean floor, probably maybe tiled floor, carpeted floor, but it has to be very clean. We can stack the substrate if there is no shelf in that room, our inoculating room. We can stack the substrates, place them on top of each other until they are cooled at room temperature. So we are adding water gradually so as not to make the substrate waterlogged. You can see that the phase of the mixture is changing bit by bit. Now, for us to know if the water we have added is enough, there is no measurement. But for us to know, there is something we call a mold test, which will tell us if the water we have in our substrate is okay. From the look, I can say it's okay, but we are still going to perform that test. We mold it, and when you scoop with your hand, you scoop it with your hand, you fold your hand, you squeeze it together, remove your fingers from it. If the substrate stands, then that is a way telling us that the water in the substrate is okay. If not, now to perform the test, you can see that the substrate stands without scattering, which tells us that we have enough water in our substrate. So the next thing is to do our bagging. In a situation where we want to compost, before we do bagging, where we want to compost, we just heap, no matter the amount you are working with, you just heap it like this and cover it up. You make sure that you have and cover it up completely for as long as you wanted to do your compost. And every week you come back to your compost to remix, to have an even composting of the substrate. So you just scatter it, scatter everything together, mix again, and reheat. You do this every week till you are ready for your bagging. And don't forget, I said the longer you compost, the better it is for our farm, because we are going to have a bountiful harvest from the substrate that is composted. If you don't compost, it doesn't mean that you are not going to have your fruits, but you won't be able to compare the yield of the compost to the one that is not composted at all. So it is advisable that you compost your substrate before you go on with your farming. So for the purpose of this training, we are not going to leave it. The next stage for us is our bagging. So we do our bagging, which is called stacking. We stack. So how do we do it? You fill your bag. Next is to stack. Go to pasteurization, and pasteurization will be done using drum. Now, this is our drum. This is our drum. This is our pallet. This is the pallet where we are going to arrange the that is our pallet. On top of this pallet is where we are going to arrange our substrate, and water will be beneath. So this is an just to isolate use to prevent the nylon from being born. At the same time, conserve the steam. So we fill it with water. So now we have water inside the drum. Bring substrate. Now, when you are filling it inside the drum, is either you fold it or you lose knot. Lose knot in the sense that it will not be difficult for you to untie it when you are done with your pasteurization. And fold, you arrange them, and fold, fold, okay. So you still have more. You fill it up. You fill it up till the drum. This is a smaller drum, but we are going to use a bigger drum. You fill it up till the drum is filled up, and seal it. And you lit. It's going to be there. We are not going to start the timing when you lit. We start timing when the water boils. And when the water boils, you assume it is 100 degrees centigrade when it boils. So when it boils, you start your timing, and it's going to be for 3-4 hours of consistent. What I'm going to stop it to consistent burning for 4 hours. After 4 hours, you extinguish it, you allow it to cool. After cooling, take it out to your inoculating room. Inoculating room. So, we take our bags. Take our bags to our inoculating room. Bring the cylinder and the cotton burner. This is our inoculating room. This is where we're going to inoculate the substrate, that is where we're going to do the planting. We have our sponge. Our bags are ready. We assumed we have pasteurized these bags and they are ready for planting. They are ready for inoculation. So we'll do the inoculation. Now, we are having this setting because this is a standard laboratory. In a situation where you cannot get your Bunsen burner cylinder separately, we are going to make use of 3 kg gas cylinder that has burner. So anytime you want to do your inoculation, you must have a flame burning all through to have a sterile environment. So whatever you are working with, whether you are working with spawn in bottles or spawn in polyethylene bags, you make sure that you clean your hands with ethanol, you clean the table with ethanol, and all other spatula you are using, you clean them. So we are going to clean this. So we flame this to make sure that there is no unwanted microorganism on our spatula before we insert it in our spawn bottle. So the fan, we're not going to blow it to cool, just with the fanning. The fan, this is our sponge. We use it to manipulate the pump. Then, without touching your hand,
have enough strong that will make your substrate to run faster without delaying. You will see that I didn't drop the fastener because I'm still using it. Even if you drop it, you will flame. Now, you have inoculated the substrate. We've done the planting. So how do we now do it? Since our spawn, our organism that we inoculated on the substrate are still living organisms. If we not, that is, if we not do it like this, we are cutting hair to reach inside the bag. But we're not going to do that. They need care for it to run. So we do cutting. We cut this. We cut. And we cover it up. We used and cut. This is ready